It's the tiniest room. So, I mean, it's incredible we have managed to fit in a treadmill, a cross trainer, and a spin bike into there. It's like a game of Jenga trying to like fit it all in. It's madness. I don't know how I've done it because it'll never come out of there. But it's so small that even without a little like heater or anything, the heat does ramp up in there. So I've had that now for the last maybe 2 or 3 years. So it's been something that's always sort of been in my training, but we've certainly made more of an emphasis with that, with making sure there's more heat in there. And then we'll make sure that we're at least 2, maybe even 3 weeks in Japan, if we're allowed, to make sure that we're fully acclimatized to the heat and humidity. So that final 2 to 3 weeks is going to be really key to making sure we're adjusted.
Prior to going out to the games, I'm getting access to an environmental chamber where we're cranking up the heat and humidity, just to kind of experience or just be exposed to that kind of environment before heading out. So you're kind of mentally prepared for what it's going to be like. And it was absolutely horrible. Actually, the first time I was in there, just sitting in 80% humidity is uncomfortable, let alone having to compete or just try and breathe. So that's really quite a crucial tool, which we're trying to utilise a bit more in the run-up to the games. But yeah, the more you experience it, the more you'll adapt. That's what bodies are great at doing, adapting. So yeah, very much looking forward to hopefully testing this chamber out a bit more in the run-up. About 30 minutes is probably 30 to 40 minutes is the maximum that I'm going to be exposed to the heat and humidity, so that can be managed quite well. We're looking at monitoring. So we're going to be looking at my weight going out, my weight coming back in, to see what fluid loss I've endured, so that I can top myself back up. And also we're going to be tested daily in terms of our urine tests to make sure that our hydration levels are at a good place. I mean, this is all information that's coming back to me, and it's for me to implement. It's very much down to the athlete to make sure that they're in their best possible position physically to compete.
So I've tried it all essentially. Before Doha, we did some heat chamber work. We did environmental. So we immersed ourselves in Cyprus in July for 2.5 weeks. And I've done saunaing, hot baths, all of the above. So my preference is just to immerse yourself in the heat and do a 2-week, if you have the ability and the time, is to do a 2-week acclimatization. So, you see massive gains in the first, I think by, for me, day 5 is usually a good day. And that's kind of when I can try something longer and more intense. But you do need to be really careful in those first couple of days. I'm in my 3rd day right now. And I think at the start of my run this morning, I realized yesterday may have been a little bit long. So, you do need to be really careful. You can feel great out there, but it's the recovery time that can take so much longer when you're in that acclimatization transition.